Hello and welcome to the channel. I have made it home. You all have seen one other video. You saw car chronicles. I did a car chronicles earlier today, and so today I still have some time to do some work. I wasn't going to do some work, but I'm glad I did walk around the garden because I want to show you some things that I believe caused an issue in my fruit area. So let's do a quick April garden tour. Let me take that back. I don't know how quick it's going to be, but let's do an April tour and see what's going on in the garden. Let's get into it. Don't you cry, just let go of your Hello everybody and welcome to the garden. Now I have a new handheld tripod because I've been saying for quite some time, y'all have to excuse me, I've been walking around taking care of a few things. I'm a little sweaty. I've been saying for a while that holding my camera in my hand, I am no good at it, and I need to do better by making videos by holding my camera. I use my phone to videotape everything, and so if you are brand new to becoming a content creator, using your phone, there's nothing wrong with it. A lot of us start out with using a phone. Many of us graduate to using other forms of cameras, but for me, my phone is where it's at. And so that's what I use. So today I'm in the garden and I want to show you a few things that's growing. I've been doing some garden cleanup. I've been trying to catch a couple of content creators channels, and Nikki from that OCDS chick has been doing garden cleanup and asking everybody to show her what we got. And so I've got stuff that I'm trying to organize, stuff I'm trying to move around. I'm adding larger containers, taking smaller containers out. I am sowing flower seeds, I am sowing food seeds, and so I am up to my elbows in the garden right now. I have some flowers that have gone over, I have some flowers that are just popping up, and so the flowers that have gone over, I have taken those seeds and I have sown them. I have added a couple of new trees to the garden and they look really good. I still am very saddened by the Barbados cherry. Say that 5 times fast. It still has not come back. I'm really hoping that it comes back by the root, but I'm feeling like maybe it won't. But if it does not come back, I have already planted some beans in that pot. There must have been some droppage when I harvested some beans last year. And so I have been finding baby beans popping up in the pathways in the garden. So I've been digging them up and planting them wherever I feel like popping in some beans. And you know, I put beans all in my orchard area, all in the big pots on the outside of the cattle panel area. And in the orchard area, I thought those were bush beans, but a couple of them seem like they might be pole beans. And if they are pole beans, they're probably one of 2 that I grew last year, which was the Oriental Wonder and red noodle bean or something like that. It's a long bean. And so they are beginning to vine out, and that's fine. I will be fixing the espalier area, both in the orchard area and in the fruit area. Probably tomorrow I'm gonna go pick up a couple of cinder blocks to help me with securing the end posts on both. But yeah, that's a lot of talking, so let's get into it, y'all. So like I said, I have a new handheld tripod. I got a gimbal. It was on sale because y'all know I don't like buying nothing full price. If you don't, I don't. And so I'm not familiar with it 100% yet. I've looked at like 3 or 4 videos, but I feel like I'm not good with it. So yeah, bear with me. And if you see any mud on me, I've been working in an area in the fruit area, and I'll show y'all what happened. But I've got mud on me. So, and I did not put my gardening clothes on. I just came out to walk the garden because I wanted to see what was going on out here, because I had no intention of working in the garden today. It's been raining for the past couple of days off and on. It's supposed to rain again, and it feels like it's going to rain. The sky looks like it's going to rain over that way. So I'm going to try to get through this without sounding like a complete mad woman, but let's get into it. Okay, everybody, I am sitting in my favorite place. That is my glider that I bought that my spouse put together for me. And I am over here. We're gonna, again, trying to figure out how to work this thing, and it is doing whatever it is doing because I'm not 100% certain on how to make it work, but we are going to step over and move into the orchard area. I'm gonna start over here. The orchard area is coming alive, as you all can see. Peach tree is coming alive. I will be air layering that this weekend. In this pot right here where I have beans, I think those might be the pole beans I was telling you all about. In the center there is a pigeon pea. Let's see, it is being covered up by the pole bean. Let's hope it didn't die. Where is it? Where is it? Here it is. It is being attacked. So we're gonna move it. This is the pigeon pea. I wanted to grow up tall. This is the pigeon pea. It was being lent on. The beans or peas were leaning on it, so I had to free it. So I moved it over that way so it can grow up on the espalier wire, and I'll be guiding those onto the wire so they can grow up and do what they need to do. As you can see, hopefully you all can see, I'm not quite sure, but the Barbados cherry, not doing that great. I'm trying to work this thing, y'all, so bear with me. I'm trying to figure it out. I guess I'm not holding it right. The beans are growing. Now those look like they could be bush beans, but I'm not quite sure just yet. One of them looks like it could be a pole bean over in the corner. I did pull some out of the ground. I think those at the base are pole beans, but I'm gonna let this become a trellis. So we're gonna leave it alone for the season, and I will take it out in the fall. Over here, let me move this because it's not working for me, y'all. Hold on. I'm trying to figure it out, y'all. Bear with me. This is my tangy green apple tree. I bought this tree last year in the summertime and put it in, and that is the wrong time to put in any kind of apple tree, and it died on me very quickly. And so the company was kind enough to reimburse me. When it came back in their lineup of things to sell for trees to ship out for my area, they had it. I purchased it and put it in, and look at it. This looks so much better than what they sent me the last time. It's actually thicker, and so it is leafing out. It is kind of like a patio peach. It's not going to get very tall or wide, so I'm excited to see if it will put on fruit, and I don't know when, but I'm excited to see it. And of course, I've got beans in the bottom. Now these are definitely pole beans. I thought they were not, but they are. And that is Lazarus in there. That is my pomegranate. Let's see, we're gonna get these beans from strangling. Let me move some things out the way. This bean right here was trying to strangle the pomegranate. Now I'm going to shift them back towards the wire, but that's the pomegranate in the center, and it is bushing out quite nicely. I'm really surprised. This is my methylene plum. The methylene plum, hang on, y'all. Let's try this one more time. There we go. The methylene plum is looking pretty good. And I have beans in the base of it as well. Let's see. Still trying to figure it out. Bear with me. This is gonna be a weird video. Beans are growing in the base of that one, but the methylene is doing quite well. I will be air layering that. I have some branches growing above the graft, and I'll be taking that branch right there. I'll be air layering that and probably giving it to my sister, and then I'll air layer another piece somewhere up in here and keep that for myself. I want to make sure I have no crossing branches. I did cut out crossing branches. Sorry about that. I did cut out crossing branches in the winter time, but I will probably take another piece and air layer it for myself. Next to that is the fig that I air layered, and it does have the vining pole beans in it as well. Let me back over this way. It does have the pole beans in it as well, but that Chicago Hardy pome is doing quite well. You can't really see it too well because the beans inside are really kind of overshadowing, but it looks good. There's a piece right here, and then there's a longer piece up there, and if I don't know if you can tell, but that little leaf in the center is a brand new baby leaf, so it is loving its life. Let me move over this way. This is the what kind of Granny Smith apple, y'all. Had a brain fart for just a quick second. My Granny Smith apple has begun to wake up. As you can see, it is woken itself up and it is looking really nice. I am surprised. I need to put something in the base of the pot. Let's go this way. Let me move. I'm trying not to step on anything because I've been moving some things around. And so I don't have anything in the bottom of the pot. I will be probably putting some clover in there. That way it kind of covers up the feeder roots and just gives me some more herbs that I need in the garden. I'm still trying to plant and sow more. And so these two containers only have garlic chives. I don't have anything else in these two containers right here. I will be putting something in there. I'm not quite sure just yet, but something will be going in there. This is a Paris Island lettuce that has gone to seed. I will be harvesting those seeds and sowing more lettuce. Also inside the pot, let me move back this way. I have moringa babies and of course those pole beans. Again, I thought those were bush beans, but as you all can see, they were not. And so I need to guide them back towards the wire because I have moringa. Let's see, can you all see that? I've got moringa. I've got about 2 or 3 moringa babies in there, and I want to make sure that they are not being smothered out and that they get some sun. Moringas can grow under several different conditions, soil conditions, but I do believe that they still need sun. So that's the moringa babies right in there, here and right there, those two. And this is callaloo. It has come back from seeds that dropped from the callaloo plants last year. Callaloo seeds drop all over the place. There are a lot of callaloo babies in there. I don't know if you all can actually see them, but there are a ton of callaloo babies in there, and I'll be taking those out again. I've been pulling callaloo babies like crazy. I need to put something in here. That's just a garlic chive. This is my olive tree. It was a baby when I put it in there. I don't know if you all can see, but the olive tree is looking really good. It is spanning out and growing new tips on the limbs. Under there I have beans. I do believe those are pole beans, but we'll see in a minute. They might not be because as I look back this way, that one is reaching out, and that tells me that that is a bush. I thought they were bush, but they might be pole. This is the original Chicago hardy fig. Hope you all can see. Let's move this way. This is Chicago hardy fig, and it is begun to leaf out nicely. I took a lot of limbs out of this one because I wanted to have it shaped like a bowl. I didn't want a lot in the center, and so it's looking really good. I'm liking how it's looking. It is losing a few leaves. I want to make sure that it doesn't need any additional feed. It might have gotten too much water. I'll show you all what's been going on with my water in just a second. The toilet, I put lots of flowers in there. That looks like a sunflower. It has an iris and some dianthus, and I'm not sure what else is in there, but flowers, flowers, flowers. I am feeling very impatient these days. I put turmeric down here under these little bins, these trash bins that I got from the Dollar Tree, and they have not popped up. The one on the very far end last year, probably a rat or a rabbit, ate the tops, and so I never saw that again. I don't know if the tubers are still there. I have not tried to dig around to see. I'm just trying to be patient and wait to see if something pops up, but I would love to have turmeric over there. That in this tan pot is a calendula, and I'm not quite sure what this particular thing is. I don't know. Have no idea. Back here in these containers, these 4 square containers right here, these are garlic chives and several different varieties of kale. Ethiopian kale or Ethiopian spinach, I'm not sure which one it's called. This one doesn't have anything in it because I was going to put some yatfa, which is a Chinese broccoli, I want to say. This has an Asian kale in it. This one has a red Russian kale. I don't see any babies popping up yet. Oh no, wait, let me stop lying. The Asian kale, I see some babies. Can you see the babies, y'all? Got some babies right there. That one doesn't have anything. That one, Ethiopian, I don't see anything in. No, wait, there might be a baby, little baby right in there. Don't know if y'all can see that, but there might be a little baby right in there. We'll see. But yeah, I have Premier Kale, that one, this one doesn't have anything in it. That was purple sprout and broccoli. I may put some broccoli in there. I put some dinosaur kale in that one. This is common sorrel right here that overwintered twice, so it's been in that pot for quite a while. Let's see, way back there. Don't know if you all can see. Hang on, y'all. Hold on. This is giving me heartburn. This thing. Way back in that big pot right there, I have chives, leeks, and I want to say I put some baby turmeric in there. I had some little turmeric nodules, and I put them in there, and I don't see any growth on those yet, but we're going to keep an eye on it. Y'all probably did not see anything as far as that big pot back there is concerned. My asparagus, I have not been harvesting it because I've been just running around trying to do all the things, and so I'm going to be chopping this back. This is my asparagus that I can eat off of. It is beginning to give me seeds. I don't need any asparagus seeds. I have a ton of them, so I'm going to be chopping this back this weekend and getting those seeds off and putting the asparagus in the compost. It is not going to go to waste, and all the other sprigs that come up will be eaten. These are cabbages. I need to eat them before they get eaten up. There are a couple of areas where it looks like I've got some damage from some bugs. So I'll be spraying these. I've already made up my spray earlier today. I have a big pot back there. Don't know if you all can see very well that pot. I have leeks and chives, and I also I put some dill in there, maybe some fennel, but I did put fennel and dill back in these three big pots. I'm not quite sure which one I put what in, and I also believe I have leeks in there. Over here in this big pot, you all probably cannot see, there's some big leaves. I believe that is oh, now I can't remember what it is, y'all. It'll come to me. Give me a minute. Sugar beet. There we go. I think that is a sugar beet that I transplanted last year. I'm trying to see if it'll give me seeds. So far, it's not giving me anything besides some really big, beautiful leaves. So I will be harvesting. You can eat those, harvest them and eat them. But I believe that's a sugar beet. I also put either some dill or some fennel in there because I'm trying to maximize my growing. Fennel it really shouldn't be grown with anything else because it doesn't like partnering, but those are really big pots back there, so I said I was going to do it anyway. This is let me move back this way again. I do apologize for my videoing. I'm learning how to use this thing. This is my elderberry. As you can see, it has really begun to leaf out, so it is looking really, really good. If you all can see, there we go. That is the elderberry. Now before I go down further, I'm going to go this way. Sorry about that if that's too fast for you all. Here is the potatoes that I planted up. Don't ask me how many weeks ago because I don't remember. This was an experiment that I saw on, I think it was Pinterest, Instagram, I don't know. But I had the materials and I thought I would put it together and see what would come of it. And look, you guys, let me see, can you all see? I have potatoes. Look, baby potatoes coming up right here, and a sprout that I noticed today coming up right there. And so it looks like the soil has decreased a little bit, depressed down. So what I think I might do is kind of move the mulch back a little bit and put some more soil and then put the mulch back on top. But I am getting potatoes. Over here in this container, I grew purple potatoes last year, and I thought I harvested all the potatoes. Well, look at this. I did not, and I even have more babies popping up out of this pot. That's a baby right there that I'm just now noticing today. These are all purple potatoes that I did not know was in here, and this is the first time I'm seeing it. It is beginning to flower, so it is making potatoes, and I'm so excited. I didn't think I was going to have any purple potatoes this year, but I have purple potatoes. And in this one, I've got white and red, if you all saw me put this together. Now down this way, I have celery that was overwintered. I did put some celery seed in here. I did put a baby celery in there, but it did not like its life, and I believe the sun just ate it and it died off. So I put more seeds. Sometimes that happens if you transplant too soon, or if it's just too hot too quickly, you'll end up with death, and it is 80 and 90 degrees here already, so I have to be very careful. But I did put some more celery seed. I put some vermiculite over top, and I'm keeping an eye on it to see if I will get some celery babies. Now, celery does take time to grow, so that might take me a while. I put some beans in this container over here. I have a loofah, and it is growing. Let's see if I can show you. Let's see, come on. Trying to figure out how to use this thing, y'all. The loofah is growing. It is moving up, up, up. It is trying to attach onto my hoe. So I will have to make it stop doing that, or let's move the hoe out the way. There we go. Let's just move the hoe. So I have loofah over here. So this year I will have loofah, fingers crossed. It is looking good. So all the rest of those are beans. I will be putting some turnips and beets in here. Hope y'all can't see, but I'll be putting some turnips and beets in there probably this weekend. I'm not certain. Over here, I've just been cleaning out some stuff, so disregard all the stuff you see on the ground. This is my collard green pot. These are the collard greens that I put in this container from seed last fall, and they have gone to seed. So I'll be harvesting seeds off of this plant. Let's go over here. And there's more up under the yard, but I'm not about to unwrap that. And then over here, this is the collard green I've had for several years now, and it has also gone to seed. Again, it is very, very hot here. And so I will be harvesting seeds off of this plant as well. I did harvest off of this plant. It's smaller than it has been. I harvested off of it and cooked those greens up. So that was really good. And I'm surprised at how beautiful and blue or purple these seed pods are. Wow, can you all see that? That is beautiful. Because this one has purple veining. It is unbelievable. I just now saw that these seed pods are purple, and this is the purple veining one. Now these seed pods, they are kind of brownish, if you all can see that, greenish brownish. And this one has the white. But this one has a tiny bit of purple in it as well. So I think maybe it might have crossed a little bit. I don't know. But the veining is white in this one, and the veining in that one is definitely purple. I don't know if you all can see that. But see how purple that is compared to that one? And again, excuse my shadow. This is my collard green. Love me some collard greens, y'all. Love greens all together. And so this is my flower area. I did put a flower area in the garden last year. I had some tires, all of my tires replaced a few years back, and I had them at a family member's house, and I brought them over. And I didn't bother to turn this inside and make an actual flower pot out of it. I was just not doing it. So this is what it looks like. I'm okay with it. And I put a bunch of different flowers in here, but right now all I see are the zinnias. My poppies did not come up this year. I did split my irises. I was watching another content creator, and he was saying that my irises were probably buried too deeply. And so I dug them up, split them, and I'm allowing the rhizome to get some sun on them. And I'm hoping that if they don't flower this year, that maybe next year they'll flower. Same with that one. Today I ended up digging out some stuff out of here and putting it in the compost bin because it was just weeds. They were edible weeds, but it was too much of them. So I took all those out and put some bachelor buttons. These are, I think they're called Dark Night bachelor buttons. And I took some of the flowers that have gone over and spread the seeds. So I should have a lot of these in the garden here this year because I've been spreading those seeds all over the place. And of course, y'all know I love me some clematis. And so this is a deep purpley red clematis. Has some nasturtiums in there. Also has some alliums in there. The last few videos, I could not think of the word allium to save my life, but I have alliums in there. This is a Russian sage. I have a baby one down there. I have the original one that I brought back with me from North Texas. I'll be trimming all the dead off of it, but this one has come back. I put some butterfly pea seeds down there, but I don't see any coming up. I also put some butterfly pea seeds down there, and I don't see anything coming up. So I also put some in a container. This is another clematis of mine. It is a different variety, or different variety than the one over on the other side. I'll have to come back and cut these spent flower heads off, so it'll continue to bloom. Same with this. I put other flowers in here. I have alliums in there as well. But I don't know if you all can see how beautiful that flower is. It's gorgeous. I love clematis. I just love flowers, y'all. And let me show you over here on the patio. I did also pop a couple of flowers, in and around the yard. Those are violas or Johnny jump ups. They are also going to seed, and the seeds are falling into the container, so they will come back in the fall. But I also will probably put another flower in there, maybe an herb like a calendula or something, and that way I'll have some interest even in the summertime. Now this right here, same thing, Johnny jump up and or viola, whatever you want to call them. But I was making some fenugreek water for my hair to spray on my hair, and I threw the seeds in there, and there's a ton of fenugreek seeds down there coming up over here as well. And I put some blue sage, I think that's what this called, right in here. You can see the babies popping up. This right here is a scarlet sage that I had in a pot. It overwintered in the greenhouse. And so I am hopefully going to get some seeds off this because I don't have any more seeds. And so I hope to be able to, I don't think it's going to overwinter. I'm hoping it will, but I don't think it will. But I hope to be able to collect seed off of this. I brought out my overwintered pot. This is an overwintered viola. It looks pretty raggedy, but it's still blooming. My elephant ears are coming back. I put some white marigolds in that container. So I'm hoping that those are the white marigolds because I don't believe I planted any of the gold marigolds this year. I wanted some white ones. I also overwintered my canna. It looks terrible. Let's see if you guys can see that. I'm having a hard time with this thing, y'all. It's not wanting to work for me the way it should. I might have did something to it and messed it up. I don't know. But the canna is looking really bad because of the wind. I will be taking off some of those bad leaves, but if you can see right here, the leaves are beginning to pop out some new ones, but I will be taking the bad ones off. The wind has been pretty bad. So that's what the cannas look like. And I'm not going to go down into the memorial area because it's been raining and it's very muddy over there, and I've been collecting rainwater. That's why the tops are down. I need to put those tops back so the mosquitoes don't get in there. But it's really muddy. But as you can see, hopefully you all can see. Let's see. Let's kind of go over here just a tiny bit. Again, having difficulty trying to figure this thing out, but the weeds are not prolific the way they were. The ground is still somewhat halfway decent looking. Again, having trouble with this gimbal. Somebody help me with this gimbal. Lord help me. I don't know what's happening. It is doing its own thing. It does not want to work for me. I don't know what's going on with the gimbal, y'all. I really have to figure it out. Somebody help me out. But the ground is still looking good. It's just really, really wet over there. So I'm not going to go down there. It's way too muddy. But everything still looks pretty good in that. Over here is where my castor bean plant was growing last year. I cut it down and then I dug out the root. The root was massive, but I was able to get it out. I also have a comfrey over there in the ground. But if you all can see, I transplanted a baby castor plant right there. So it's going to be closer to the cattle panel, closer to the espalier uh, post, but I do have it in the garden and it is going to grow there again this year because it is gorgeous. Now let's go down here really quick. And that says ginger, but that's turmeric. I did uncover that a little bit, and there is an alive turmeric rhizome down there. I don't know if it has sprouts yet, but I do know that it is plump and it is in there because I kind of moved the wood chip back. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to get some turmeric from that spot soon. We'll see. But down here, I dug up 2 more castor bean babies and I put them right there. So I'm hoping to have castor bean right here is where I didn't show y'all that before. So the patio, I have been taking out dead plants and I sowed some seed in that planter right there. I just have a pot of violas. They're dropping seeds everywhere. So I will probably have violas popping up all along the edge of the patio this fall. I'll just dig them out and put them someplace else. Over here, my favorite spot to sit, I put a container here with the ginger that I potted up and it's coming up nicely. Over in this particular planter, I did take the spent flower heads off of the bachelor button, and that's why it still looks like that. But I did sow the bachelor button seeds in that container, as well as those three right there. And the truck that my nephew gave me, I have a tiny pot in there. I did sow some bachelor buttons in there as well. Now I have behind my chair, this is my other canna. Now these red cannas my aunt gave me, and it was one little bitty piece, and I've got two pots of these red cannas. I think this year I'll be breaking them up and putting a few in some other pots, and just leaving maybe one or two in the pots here, because I have several coming up in those pots, and I'll be taking the death off of those because they looking pretty raggedy. I did move a amaryllis over here. I gave some to my mom. So I've got plenty of amaryllises everywhere, and I put one pot there. That's a elephant ear, and I put that one over there. I don't think I have anything else in that one. Just an elephant ear is what it looks like. So that's elephant ear right there. The green stalks need to have more soil. Yet again, the soil level has decreased a great bit. I am not great at growing in the green stalks. For me, I feel like the green stalks need plants versus seeds. But I do have some babies popping up. I've got babies popping up. I've got babies popping up. Babies over here. I have babies in here, you all. But I just feel like babies up here as well. I just feel like I am not successful with the green stalk. I need to have more soil in them again. They need to be uh, added to, and I've been fertilizing. So we'll see. I can't say that I'm in love with them just yet, but I'm working on it. Here is the raised bed that my sister gave me with all the herbs in it. I'm not quite sure what this is. Let me see if I can smell it. It doesn't smell like bergamot, so I'm not sure what these are. I'm gonna let them grow a little bit more and see what they turn out to be. Of course, in the center, I believe that is clary sage, but I saw that at the nursery and they called it something else, but my packet said clary sage, so I don't know what's going on, but my packet said that was clary sage. So that's what's going on right here. On the table, I have some empty pots right there that I need to disperse that soil someplace else. I put my butterfly pea seeds in here. I've got white on this side and blue, double blue on this side. I just put them in here like 2 nights ago, so I'm waiting for that to come up. I placed herbs in these. I don't think you all were with me when I put herbs in these, and so I don't see anything other than purslane, and I did not plant purslane in this pot, y'all. It just, I guess, came up when I was uh, unearthing the soil, moving it around. Over here, this is where I put the lemongrass cuttings that were taking their slow time coming back. The roots, I don't think they're alive, but I put them in here to see anyway. Again, more viola and a calendula baby. I tried to put herbs in here, and so far I don't see anything popping up. Well, there's something popping up right here, but I don't know what that is. So we'll see. I had coleus in this container last year. I'm hoping that that's coleus because I would love to have a huge coleus there again. But I put several different seeds in those containers. Now over here, and I do apologize. This gimbal is just doing its own thing, y'all. The lemongrass is doing well. It is beginning to actually put on some growth. So I'm happy to see that. Over here is where I planted the rosemary, and it seems to be putting on some growth. It's liking its life. Also, those peppers that are in there that just decided to grow from me placing peppers on top of this water cooler last year. Somehow the peppers fell in there. So yeah, they're doing good. I'm going to let them get a little bigger before I chop the top and then transplant them into a different pot. Here is the other lemongrass that I got from the nursery. It is beginning to put on some growth and it's looking really good. The Texas Star Hibiscus are really putting on growth. I have one here, and let's see if I can move this thing without it being retarded. Sorry about that. And I have one right there, and they are putting on a lot of growth this year, and I'm really excited to see it. That is the second lemongrass. That one also has lemongrass that came back from last year, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's the one that has my last year's lemongrass in it. But either way, they're all putting on growth, and I'm excited to see it. In the cattle panel, now you'll see on the floor, on the ground right here. And again, I have to apologize, y'all. I am not very good with this gimbal. It's just doing its own thing. But I'm going to be replacing the 2 pots down there. I'm going to be taking those out, and I'm going to replace it with this big pot right here and get it in there and be able to grow something else here in a much larger container, something food related. Now, the bananas, they died all the way back, but look at those babies. They're coming back strong, y'all, absolutely strong. Now, over here on this side, these are babies from the mother banana plant that you just saw. These came back from last year. I transplanted these from the mother pot last year. They died back. They are stunted for some reason. I'm going to give them some more food, but they are very small. They're getting bigger, but they're not as big as these over here. They're not as big as these, and they're the babies from this one. So it's coming back, but we shall see. Now in this container, let me move around here. In this container, I have placed roselle, and I don't see anything coming up. I need to water it again because the coconut core is kind of dry a little bit. It's wet over there, but it's kind of drying out over here. I just threw some coconut core over the top because I didn't want the second set of seeds to just be sitting on top of the soil. Because I sowed this twice because I didn't see anything growing. Like I said, I've been feeling real impatient lately. Now, I had peppers growing in here last year, and I thought they overwintered, but they did not. There was a lot of mishap going on, so I grew some things from seed and soaked seed and put seed out. And what I grew from seed did not do well out here, so I put seed. And what you see is what has grown from seed. That's poblano, and that is habanero. I have no desire to eat the habanero. The habanero will be used as a deterrent for pests. The other pots are empty. I have some garlic chives in here as well. I'll be taking some garlic chives from the back of the garden and putting them probably in all of these pots. I wanted some actual onion chives in these pots, but I don't see any growing. Over here, same. I put peppers, and I do apologize if I'm going too fast, y'all. I put pepper seeds in here, and they have not popped up yet. This was the actual pepper that I threw in here last year, and as you can see, there's way too many jalapenos in there. So I'll be taking some of those out and giving some of those to my sister. My fish pepper, I don't think that's a fish pepper. I think that's a weed, but I'm going to leave it there just in case because I did sow some fish pepper seeds because I had a little clump right here and they died off. I think they got too much water. I do have that problem. I overlove things with water. That is a um, basil from seeds that I sowed last year. And of course, more pepper. That's shishito, bell pepper carnival mix, empty. And this one is the purple cayenne, that little bitty baby right there. So yeah, I'm gonna resow these. I'm trying not to be impatient because I already resold them, but so far nothing has come up other than what you see. This is horseradish, and the bugs, the worms love the horseradish, and as you can probably see, they're attacking one of the leaves. So I'll have to come out here and spray. Like I said, I've made my mix up already, my BT. I just have to come out and spray. Y'all saw my purple potatoes earlier. I do have some corn, and this was the stump to the pigeon pea that I had in the pot in the back of the garden last year, but I need to knock off that dirt. I'm not trying to throw that away till I knock that dirt off. But that is corn. Oh, it's already tasseling. What in the world? What's going on here? Y'all see that? Huh? That is not right. It's not supposed to be doing that just now. It's too little. Y'all, I cannot. These are sweet potatoes. And I was getting ready to say that I didn't have any okra, but now I see okra seeds. Can you all see that? Those are okra seeds that have germinated, and they have a little bit of the root sticking out. Now, up under here, the coconut core is moist, and I can see right here, there's an okra coming up. I'm gonna put that up under the soil, just cover it up like that. I've resold this pot twice, so there's a possibility I will have way too much okra in there and I will need to transplant it someplace else. But as I mentioned, let's go this way. I have not potted up these. I will be potting these up with some soil and figuring out what I want to put in here so I can have more food. I may end up having to put okra in here. So we'll see. I am outside the cattle panel. This is my mustard plant, my red mustard. The brown mustard's petered out already. Mizuna right down here has petered out. I've been saving seeds. I actually threw the Mizuna seeds down there. You all probably can see the stalks up under the beans. I threw the Mizuna seeds right there. I want the Mizuna seeds to go ahead and drop in the container. Let me see. I want the Mizunas to drop in the container right here and give me some Mizunas right in the center. So I'm leaving those seed pods right there. And I've already chopped down the red mustard because it had gone to seed and some of the seed pods were beginning to turn brown, like you can see right here, if you all can see that. And so I will be taking a couple of those and putting them right around there as well so that those can, I'll do that on camera. We're just going to take those seed pods just like that. And I'm going to throw them down here just like that. Reseeding that. Some of the leaves are beginning to grow back. They're not going to come to anything because it is too hot. Mustards don't like it this hot and they will go over. And so I'm just going to take seed pod and we're going to throw it down in the pot. I will be putting some onions in here. So I hope not to disturb, but probably already some has already fallen into the pot because I did cut them all off. This was all full of seeds. So I will be I'm letting those dry. As you can see, these are drying. So I'll have to go get my bag, chop those off and put them in the bag because I don't want to put any more. I will be putting onions in here. This is my Malabar spinach and some bush beans. And it's too early, but the Malabar spinach is beginning to go to flower. Let me do that. It is reaching, trying to find somewhere to go. But my Malabar spinach is going to seed. And I don't need any more Malabar spinach seeds. I have plenty. So I don't need that. No bean. The beans are not ready to flower yet. So I'm waiting for that. Over here, hope I'm not going too fast. I put bush beans in this container. I will be putting onions in here as well. I have cucumber over here that keep falling down. The lemon cucumber, I sowed some more seeds here and here. They are falling down. This is a bitter melon from my sister-in-law. I think this is a bean seed. I'm not quite sure. I think that's yellow wax bean, but these are cucumbers, and I will be planting in the center. This will not be left open, so that's that. I'm in the back of the garden. I have some baby ruby chard, Swiss chard coming up there along with some garlic chives. Again, I have a lot of garlic chives. I'll be taking garlic chives out of mini pots and spreading them around. This is a Swiss chard. This is a taro root. And I think this is a, oh, I don't know, y'all. It doesn't look like a marigold, but I did put some other stuff in here. I don't know what, but this used to be the Okinawan spinach and it didn't seem to be coming back. So I just went ahead and put the taro root in here. You all remember the taro root was in the cattle panel and I moved it to a much bigger pot back out in the back because if you look over here, this is the malanga. The malanga overwintered, the taro overwintered, and this is in a bigger pot. So I wanted to make sure that I am getting a bigger harvest. I did not harvest this last year because I wanted it to grow more. It came back and there's lots of babies in there. And so it is doing quite well. It is multiplying, which is what I wanted it to do. So I'm probably not going to harvest it again this year. I wanted to multiply one more time. And then I will go ahead on and harvest. This is my longevity spinach. I've already cut it back and I sent a couple pieces out. And I'll be juicing and eating this real soon. These back here are flowers, two different types of flowers. I have gladiolas and I have cannas. And I think there might be a shampoo ginger in there, but don't hold me to it because I know I put shampoo ginger over in either this pot or the pot over there, but I'm not quite sure. Over in this pot, I have leeks. I think I put some turmeric in there. If not, I have some little bit of ginger that I need to put out. So I'll be putting that out there. And I might have even put some onion chives in there. I just threw a bunch of stuff out there, y'all. I'm trying to maximize this over here. This is my Rosa Sharon. It has come back from last year. I got that. It was a little twig, and it is looking really good. It actually flowered last year, so I'm hoping to see more from the Rosa Sharon. This is my youngest asparagus, and it is doing way too much, as you can see. It's beginning to seed. I'm going to have to take all those off. It's not ready to eat yet, so I'm hesitant to cut it. As you can see, it is beginning to send up spears, and some of the spears are purple. I don't know if you can see it, but down here, that's purple, and that one's green. So I'm not certain. I'm not certain, y'all. I put crowns in there, purple crowns, and I put Mary Washington seeds. So I don't know what's coming up in there. Down here in this, that's calendula. That pot is calendula. My blackberry is waking up, but it's moving real slow. I need to give him a lot more soil. And in this pot are flowers, but I don't see anything coming up yet. It's not dead. I poked around in there today, and I have a chocolate hibiscus that is supposed to be coming back. It again does not appear to be dead, but it's taking a slow time, y'all, and I'm feeling really, really anxious about it not coming back because I really, really like that hibiscus. It's so beautiful. My grape, I've had a very serious incident over here. It's been raining for the past few days, and the grape has, of course, woken up. But there was so much rain. Let me show you all. Let me move over here. There was so much rain that this pot was full of water. I had to dig around and find out why the original hole was blocked. So I unplugged the hole, I drilled a new hole in it, and it had begun to drain. Same with this. I think this is why my raspberries died. I did not know that the hole was plugged. So I unplugged the hole and I drilled new holes. And as you can see, the water has decreased in both of the containers because you could see the water on the top. And you can see that the water is has gone out and it's beginning to dry up. But y'all, I'm so glad I came out here because I would have been so upset with myself. I don't want to lose my grape. This grape is really coming alive. It's really starting to show out. And I'm hoping that I'll get some grapes this year. I don't know, but we shall see. But I don't want to lose it. So I had to drain that pot because it was real, real bad. And in the back there, those are flowers. I have some Mexican sunflowers. I have some daffodils, and I don't know if you all can see that sticking up right there behind the grape. That is my shampoo ginger. It has reproduced. It has several more stalks than it had last year. I don't know if you all can tell, but I've got what looks like 4 stalks, and I only put one rhizome in there last year. So I'm hoping, and it overwintered right there. I did not dig it out. So what I'm trying to do is just leave it alone and let it reproduce. So I'm hoping that it will reproduce and reproduce and reproduce and fill that entire pot with shampoo ginger. I won't mind if I have to dig out those daffodils. I really won't mind. And the Mexican sunflowers are just seeds that I grew from the plant that I grew in this pot last year. And I've got about 3 or 4 of those in there. So that's nice. We'll see. We'll see which ones come to fruition. And of course, another one of my comfrey plants. So over here, and I need to water all my compost, but I won't show y'all that. This, of course, is one of the toilet flower pots. I have, of course, dianthus in here. I have a moringa baby right here. Can you all see that moringa baby? This is the moringa baby. And I have dianthus, I have viola, and I have it looks bad, but it's not dead, y'all. I have to take the outer leaves off because it had a bit of transplant shock. That's an iris. The center is beginning to push out a baby leaf, so it's not dead. It just needs to rebound. And this viola has really put on a lot of growth. I hope y'all can see, but it's really put a lot of growth on, so I'm excited to see that. Over here, this is the tires that I got from my dealer when I told him to take my tires off my car. I haven't done anything to this other than put these tires over here. I picked the pot up. I'm probably going to plant flowers in here. I think that's the goal. We shall see. But I haven't done anything other than just put it over here right now. But I have some cosmos and some paper whites, and I don't know what else is in here, but I'll be surprised at whatever it is because I was just throwing some seeds, y'all. Throwing some seeds. I hope y'all saw it. Fire pit area. Haven't done anything to the fire pit area other than lay down a little bit more cardboard. As soon as I can, I will be laying down some pavers over here to get this, put together and nice because I'm ready for it to look like something other than a hot mess. I have some white zinnias, either white or lime zinnias coming up. They look beautiful. My amaryllises, my white amaryllises are over here and they are looking gorgeous. Right there. It looks horrible over here, y'all, so excuse the mess. This is my white devil's trumpet, and it is come back from the abyss. I also put seeds in here, so it also has some babies coming from seed. Now, this is my work in progress area, so don't judge over here, y'all. This is all hay or whatever my sister gave me. Let me go this way. I hope I'm not going too fast. I'm not going to take you guys down the flower area because I need to get that cardboard up under the wood chip. And y'all can probably see there's water on top because it's been raining. And I don't want to walk over there. But everything is coming alive over there. And I will show y'all a separate tour video of both of the flower gardens. It's just really wet because of all the rain. In this pot, I will need to readjust because I can see this leaning and I don't want it to fall over and anything to break. But oh, look at this. This is beginning to flower. Well, would you look at that? I believe that's my cosmos. How exciting. I hope to get seeds from this because I don't have any more seeds for that. Nice. I didn't realize that. The amaryllis over here has gone to flower and the flowers have dead, so I'll be cutting these off. I just realized that. I do need to also cut back some of the flower heads off of this amethyst. I'm sorry, this clematis. This is two different types of clematis, an Henry I and a Duchess of Edinburgh. Beautiful. This is a Henry I. It looks really bad. It's going over. This is the Duchess of Edinburgh. It's a double, and that's a single. And that one right there is almost as big as my hand. Look at there. Almost as big as my hand. Beautiful. I love clematis. It's so gorgeous. So I will be coming back and readjusting that container because it's leaning and I don't want it to fall over and I don't want anything to fall out of it. But it's leaning down there. That's why it's time for me to get the pavers put together and put out this way. Now this is my circular garden. I have been creating covers to keep things shaded in the summer and shaded in the winter so that things don't just die. And under here, you're not going to be able to see everything, but I've got some, I think that's ruby red Swiss chard. I have elephant garlic, beets, parsnips, garlic chives, carrots, tomatoes, and basil. Four different types of tomatoes. Actually, three. One of them died, and I've reseeded it, but it hasn't come up yet. And so I've had to put this cover over it. It looks terrible, but in order to keep it from dying on me, I had to put a little cover on it. And the basil is trying to come up, so we shall see. I'm going to take this cover off real soon. Then again, I might only just put it up a little bit because tomatoes, they like the heat, but they don't like South Texas heat, and so they will stop making if they're too hot. But as you can see, they are beginning to grow. Basil is beginning to grow. If they are too hot, they will not make. That's I think a misnomer that people believe that, oh, tomatoes just love the heat. They might love some temperatures, like maybe high 70s, low 80s, anything other than that, they give up the ghost. I have some peas in there that are growing tall. Look at that, it's so beautiful. Look at those peas, y'all. I didn't know they were that tall. And it's beginning to put on flowers. Ooh, I want to get some peas pretty soon. Yay! My peas did not do well. I sold 3 or 4 packs of peas, and I only had like 2 pots that maybe had peas in them. So not happy about that. This is the pot that the tomato died. I had only one tomato in there, and I kind of knew because it was young and sickly. So I figured it would die. Um, I did sow more seeds, and nothing has come up. So that's that. Now over here on the ground, I grew what did I grew over here last year? I grew two different types of squash, pumpkins, and I grew watermelon. And this is what I found a couple of days ago. Two watermelon babies. So I'm gonna let them grow and trellis them up over here, and we're gonna get those little bitty round watermelons. So I'm excited. So let's go back over here. What else did I show? Did I not show you all? Are we done with the tour? Well, I didn't show y'all the greenhouse. Okay, I'll show y'all the greenhouse. I do have to clean up some. I need to water a little bit, just a couple things. I have catnip down there on the ground, a bay laurel down there on the ground. I have some herbs that I'm trying to start. I moved them in here because it was just too much rain and they're really wet right now. The only thing that I see that's growing is the marshmallow. I may have to reseed the rest of these, but then again, herbs take time. The avocado are looking a whole lot better. They are putting on new leaves. They're probably going to drop those leaves that are pretty ugly. I have really got to get my onions out, y'all. I grew all these from seed and they have got to go outside. So I'm hoping to be able to do that this week. I've been propagating. All these are clematis up there, all four different clematises. This is something that I got from Shauna from Go Grow. She sent me a passion flower. It lost all of its leaves due to the heat in transit, but it is alive. It is putting on a new leaf right there, I believe. Yep, that's a new leaf right there. It has roots, and I've got a little pepper down in there too that I snatched the top off of. I have sweet potato slips that I've been harvesting. My sweet potato slips are right here. I have one different sweet potato in here. I've got a little baby coming up, a little slip. I've got some slips right here for this potato and this potato. These are the Japanese potatoes. The rest of them are the Stokes potatoes. I have herbs. I think this is oregano, and this is a lemon balm. And I see I have an invader. I've got to get rid of that. That's a bug. My purple shamrocks are looking so gorgeous, y'all. Love my purple shamrocks. I have pineapple in there. Well, one part of that purple shamrock is looking pretty sad. I got to figure out what's going on. Maybe it didn't get enough water. Oh no. Hang on. Let's take a look and see what's going on. Hold up, y'all. I don't want it to die. Okay, so I need to double check and make sure that has enough water and that it's not going without, because it's lost a lot of leaves in there. So I'll be pulling those out. And oh, that's a big spider. Woo. But these are pineapples. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm like a little squirrel. I got distracted. A spider came popping up. Hang on. Can y'all see that spider right there? He came popping up trying to get something that was flying. I was like, oh, wait a minute, boo boo. Hold on, not me. I'm so upset. This is a lavender that I purchased that I put out front, and it was not out there but 20 minutes. And I turned around, it was watered, and I looked up, and the lavender is like, I think it's dead, y'all. I'm so hurt. I think I'm hoping that it's not. I'm hoping that it will bounce back, but I think it's dead, and I am so ticked. I need to call the nursery because I just put it outside. It was being watered. It's been raining. I don't think it got excessive water because I put pebbles to make sure that it was not sitting in water. And I turned around, I blinked and slept, and this is what it started looking like. I'm so upset. This is the baby mango. Can you all see the baby mango? So not everything in my garden died. That's the baby mango. This is another pomegranate. I think I'm supposed to give that to my neighbor. I think I've already given one to my sister. There's two in here. I'm growing some trees for my handyman. They're very, very tiny. You all probably won't be able to see any of the little. Oh, you can see the babies. You can see little babies in there. Not as many as I thought they were going to be, but I'm trying to grow some trees for my handyman. Um, my aloe vera back there are doing well. Y'all already know I told you I had to take out the bay laurel out of the garden. It did not like the temperatures. It did not like being in full sun. I had to take that baby bay laurel out. it's not dead, but it's looking real rough. I mean, I'm ashamed because it's looking horrible. I have some lamb's ear babies I'm growing from seed in there. And then of course, let me move over this way. I have aloe vera. And so that is the greenhouse, y'all. That is what it looks like. I'm very transparent. I'm showing y'all what it is, what it is. And so this is what it is. I'm not trying to make this out to be anything that it's not. I'm not a professional. I do the best I can. I do what I can when I can. And sometimes this is what I come home to. Ugh. All right, everybody, this is my shed. It may look like a hot mess, but I have been in here working, and I feel like it has come a long way because I don't have a lot of stuff just piled up on the floor in the center. Um, I have been in here working. I have been throwing away things, repurposing things, giving things away, collecting things. And so this is what the floor looks like. Got my cart over there with all of my nursery pots and a few of the store-bought pots. And of course, my garden seat with stuff I've been working on. This is the bench that my handyman made for me. And up there is the bench that I put up. It's not perfect. I do have to make a little cut, an extra cut to take a piece off up there, but don't judge. It's hard to work over your head. But I went ahead on and put another bench up there, another shelving unit. And so I've gotten all of my gardening stuff in here. I've got very little gardening stuff in the garage. And so I have been able to come in here, grab what I need, and not have to trek through the house a million times in order to get what I'm looking for. I'm not done organizing it yet because I just finished putting up the shelves up there. I will be using, I finally took my herb rack out of its bag. I never used this thing before, and I hung it up, and I will be harvesting my herbs and putting I just kind of set it up there because I was getting a pot from up under it down there. Um, and so I'll be using that herb rack very soon to be able to dry some herbs. I can grab my tools from off the shelf. I actually have some tools right here. I picked up a couple of things because I need to be spraying some stuff real soon. All of my fertilizers and things are right down there. So everything that I need is right here at my fingertips, and I'm so happy. I was finally able to get my handy dandy saw. My mom was like, "You need your saw," and I'm like, "I'll get it. I'll get it." So finally got it. We'll be able to do the work that I need to do if I need to do some work to cut some things because I do have some hand tools, but sometimes you just need a little extra something. But this is the shed, y'all, and I feel really good about being able to have my shelving units up, my shelves up. And I also, I probably haven't even talked to y'all about it, but I put up a solar panel, and I haven't put up all the wires where the way they need to be put up, but they are up. And my gimbal went to sleep, y'all. So hold on, let me put it down. My gimbal was being weird, so it turned off, but it does work. Look at it, look at it. I got light, y'all. And over here, same. So when I need to come in here, I have light. I'm excited. My sister kept saying, "Girl, you need light in here." And I'm like, "Don't worry about it. That's the next thing I'm going to do. I'm going to take care of it." It's just that I can't do everything all at once, you know? And so the solar panels, I bought them from Harbor Freight years ago when I was in North Texas, and they are sitting right here. So they are gathering all the beautiful sun, and I ran it up there through the air vent, and I will be putting away the wires and hiding them, or not hiding them, but putting them in the crook of the shed. But I want to paint it first, so I haven't done any of that yet. But I will do that. And so that, everybody, And I've also been putting up, and I need to finish putting the screws in there, but I've been hanging up my tools. But I ran out of steam, y'all. It was late, and I get tired, so I need to finish putting the screws back in certain places. But I have all my tools where my tools need to be. Everything is up and out of the way, and I know where it is. I've got my scrap wood, so I'm feeling really good about all the activities I've been getting done here lately. I hadn't been doing a lot of videos because I've just been trying to take care of the necessities of things that, the things that you all don't see us doing, that to help us put together our gardens. And this is what I needed to help me maintain and put together some stuff. So this is it, y'all. Whew. So let's go sit down and talk for a minute. Let me say a proper goodbye. This video was probably long, but y'all know I have a very large garden and I wanted to get as much in as possible because I tend to chop things down to where you all don't see very much. And I didn't give you all the whole garden. So can you imagine if you got the whole garden all at once? It would be a long time. I would have to do a live. I literally would have to do a live to give you all my whole garden all at once because there's a lot. There's always a lot. And it's growing more and more every day. So thank you for joining me in the garden. I can't thank you all enough for coming along. And I know today was probably really weird because I am not used to this gimbal. I think it might be malfunctioning or it could be user error. I don't know. Y'all let me know because I don't know how to use it. I've looked at 3 videos and it still wants to kind of like flippity flop and do whatever it wants whenever it wants. So yeah. Well, it's going to rain again, I think. So I need to get inside the house because it's been a long day for me, and I want to put my feet up before tomorrow rolls around, and I got to start it all over again. So again, thank you so much for joining me today in the garden. I hope you learned something. I hope you like what you saw. Leave me a comment if you did. Share the video. Subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you in the garden again real soon. Until then, bye for now. And I hope you are starting your spring off with a bang. And if you haven't started your spring yet, because it's not time for you to, I hope you're able to get it going and it's prosperous the way you would like for it to be. Because here, spring has sprung quite a while ago. Like I mentioned, it was 90 degrees today. By the time I got to my side of town, it was like 87. So it is hot, very hot. And this feels more like summer than spring. So I am not looking forward to the true heat of summer. But until the next video, bye for now. Grow something.